Michelle Murad.
Yes, I'm Kyle Trueblood.
Along with our special guest, David A.R. White.
Yes.
Who I said want to be David A.R. Rocks.
Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was watching the trailer for this and I was like, he rocks.
Yeah. Thanks
David
for coming.
A.R.
Man.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
You are literally, as I said earlier, you're the multi-hyphenate. You're actor, producer, writer, what else? Everything.
Author.
I guess, yeah. I've
Creator.
done a few things, you know. I've been here for a while, so.
Okay.
Like literally right here. No.
That's
But how you've been here for like 10 minutes. Total.
So what drives you in all these different directions? Like Mr. David R. White, who is that, you know?
You know, I don't know. I started out as an actor,
Okay.
so I moved here to do that, and and you know, was very fortunate to that Burt Reynolds took a liking to me to put me on the show, you know, for about 3.5 years, and
Amazing.
yeah, it was an unbelievable learning experience because everybody on that show had either won an Oscar, an Emmy, or a Tony.
That's wild.
That's not scary at all.
Yeah, well,
That's your first gig, right?
it was my first one, yeah.
Wow.
And then from a guy from, you know, middle of nowhere, Kansas, who had not watched a lot of movies or TVs. The only thing I had seen was Burt Reynolds from Smokey and the Bandit. So everybody else, I didn't know who they were.
Wow.
Which was probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't nervous for that.
Right.
How did that happen? I mean, you were how old? 18, 19 when you
19.
moved out here? Did you have an epiphany before you moved out? Like, I need to go to LA to act?
I did. I grew up as a Mennonite, and the joke is if you don't know anything about the Mennonites make the Mormons look like a pack of Hell's Angels. Because the Mennonites are super conservative. So I saw one movie in the theater the first 18 years of my life.
Wow.
Wow. What movie was it?
It was a movie called Grease.
Oh!
Yeah.
Awesome.
What a
Yeah.
great movie.
And I just remember seeing Olivia Newton-John in those black tights,
Yeah.
and thinking to myself, wow, I for sure am going to hell. But you know, but I always had this dream inside of me to go into the entertainment industry. I didn't know exactly why, but I tried to go to school. I tried to follow the path that my family had done. They had all gone to this Bible school, Moody Bible Institute in Chicago, and they'd all graduated and met their significant others there. And then, you know, after a year, I basically called my dad to say, Dad, I want to leave Bible school and I'm going to go to Hollywood to be an actor.
Wow.
And there's a long silence on the phone. Hello.
Yeah.
But you know, eventually they supported me, and you know, so I just kind of came out here with a blind passion for, you know, for this industry and a fascination with this industry. And so I loved every part of it. I've always wanted to be a producer. I kind of did it a little bit, you know, growing up in high school, kind of, you know, fixing plays because we never had a drama department either.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So it was like I was used to bringing people together and finding people's strengths and going, here, you do this, you do that. And that's, you know, and in the process of that, you know, with the camaraderie and Burt Reynolds was really good at this. That
Really?
was what Burt Reynolds was really good at. And
Didn't know that.
what I loved about what I walked away from Evening Shade most with was I moved around a bit as a kid, you know, and Burt had all his friends over 30 years on that TV show.
Oh, I love that.
And I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to stay here in Hollywood and I want to work with my friends. And, you know, I'm loyal to a degree, you know, but I also have a good way, I think, of recognizing people's strengths and then putting them, you know, in those areas. And so I'm a big believer of giving people their dreams and whatever they, you know, they have a dream of, because I think that they're probably gifted a lot of times at that thing. And, you know, in movies is, you know, I mean, I've produced, I think 80 something movies.
We have a list of them. We're gonna test you on.
But it's finding that thing, you know, that
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
good at. And so anyway, yeah.
No, I love that. I feel like you're like my soul brother because I too I love that so much, and I got a taste of it in 2020 where I was like, everything shut down. I was like, what should I do? And I had just adopted this dog, and I decided to make a series on it. And it was my first experience producing and getting the cast together, and it brought me so much joy, like seeing other people acting, and it was just the coolest thing in the world. So it's like really cool to see it done on this level, which is really
episodes
cool.
did you do?
We did 5 episodes. Raised the money. We did an Indiegogo campaign. I wrote every episode. I casted everyone. They were all. My intention for the show was everyone had to be coming from like a really good space, and I wanted to. Whoever worked on that show, I wanted them to catapult to their next paying gig because I couldn't pay them. And I am happy to report that every single person that worked on that show is now getting paid in the industry doing what they love.
I thought you were going to say now getting paid, but not by me.
No, not by me, not by me, not getting paid by me. But it's really fun to see. The woman that played my boss, she just sold her movie to HBO Max. She's, she's doing amazing things. You're doing
Selena.
amazing things. Like, it's just so cool.
It's always fun to see that. Yeah.
It's really fun to see that.
So you're starting out on your first produce. You're like a baby in it, and you're doing great.
Baby Mish.
And he's like on the other side of that coin where 40, 50, 60, 80 projects.
How many do you do a year?
Something like that. Yeah.
Here's my question. Obstacles. Do you have any? I mean,
Do you have any?
like it seems like you make so many movies. How could there be? But I'm sure there are.
Yeah. There's obstacles for everybody. I mean, it's like there's you never meet the achievement. You achieve something, but then there's always another thing that you're wanting to achieve, and so it takes time. And it's like thank God that we are still alive and that we've had this time to do it. And it wasn't Hollywood didn't they were very nice to me at the beginning, and then there was a lot of walls up, and so I think I acted through my 20s, but I wasn't doing what I exactly wanted to do in my acting side. And I also had a lot of time. I made enough money that I didn't have to have another job all the time, which is, a blessing.
Yes.
But you're like
Exactly.
a poor rich man.
Yeah.
You can't actually,
yeah.
going out to eat is
Right.
you're like, oh, I only have this much money in my bank account. I can only do this much stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought I would produce later in my life, but instead I started when I was 29. I produced my first feature.
Awesome.
And because of that, found a market, a niche that allowed me then to do other things that I wanted to do.
Okay. Is that when you started writing as well, or were you writing before that?
No, I look at myself as a rewriter. I mean, I have written, but I'm not a great writer. There's like great writers, and then there's the guy who can kind of hobble stuff together. And I feel like that's me.
So modest.
But you have to, you sometimes you can't afford that guy who can write.
Right.
And you want to try that. I also, I directed, I think I've directed like 6 or 7 movies, but I also realized that's an exhausting thing. I actually don't really want to do anymore.
Yeah.
And so I haven't directed a movie in quite a while.
Okay.
Just because it's not really my passion.
Yeah.
So it's like finding your thing that you want to, and then getting other people to help you along the way for whatever else.
Mostly acting and producing for you? Is that
Mostly
two?
creating, acting, producing. And then, we created Pure Flix, me and 2 other guys. In 2005, we started a production and distribution company in the faith and family genre.
Cool.
And, we released a lot of movies. God's Not Dead came out in 2014.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
That was the #1 independent live action movie of that year that, transformed where we were. We put, all of a sudden, everybody from Hollywood's calling and saying, how do we get into this industry? Because you made it for 1.2 million. It did 63 million in the box.
Wow.
And is ranked.
That's a margin.
In the top 10 most profitable movies of all time based on its ROI.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's many people that deserve that congratulations. But,
I'm sure.
But the coolest thing I actually find about the irony of life is that God's Not Dead sits right next to this famous movie called Grease.
No
out!
way.
Number
We
5 and
love
6 in the
That's
most
amazing.
profitable thing based on their ROI.
love
So
that
how do you
here.
how do you even work that out in your brain?
What would you say is the one thing that
That's so
brought you to
cool.
that dream realization, or like outliving that dream and getting your movie right next to Grease? What would you say the consistency was for you?
I think just doing it wherever you're at, with whatever your budget. Our first movie was $88,000. So, you just start. That's my what I tell everybody is just start walking, and then along the way you figure it out. Even if you don't know, I mean, it was a bunch. When we did our first one, it was 3 actors and a director, DP, who did it. And so, but you just have to start. And we finished shooting. It was a 66-minute movie, so features are 88, so it was too short.
Yeah.
So we just were like, okay, how do we figure this out? So we did a lot of walking shots. Like if you ever watch the moment after, there's a lot of walking shots to fill,
Yeah.
But it was like the little thing the engine, and that was that movie that actually started years later, like 10, 15 years later. It was our first movie into Sony.
Wow.
And
that's great.
And then Sony bought PureFlix in the end of 2020. So,
thank you, Grease, right?
I mean, there's a lot. Thank you, God, first and foremost. I don't want to say thank you, Grease.
The Grease God.
One person you could thank. What would you do? It's a movie. I'd be thanking Grease of all things.
Obviously, God first that created all these wonderful people.
And then
that were in
Grease number 2.
And then Grease number 2.
Tithings, right.
And then Olivia Newton-John. We'll get to all of them.
The Black Panther, the people who made the Black Pants. Well, that's down the list. But I actually heard earlier today, your talent is your work ethic, and you seem to have like a very, very prominent work ethic. Any advice to the people at home, just how to?
I mean, I think people are wired in different ways. Some people are just they don't stop and they just continue on and they go. Which is a blessing and a curse, I think, in a lot of ways, because I also think, I didn't take weekends off forever. I finally have forced myself to just go, hey, you know what? It's okay to not do anything for the day. I still don't quite have that concept down of like, let's just, like, if you just watch television or do nothing, I don't even know exactly how that would go.
I get that,
I forgot the question.
Work ethic, but I think I think what you're saying is you're just built that way. Like that's just what it is.
I mean, the work ethic is, I think the leaders in this, you look at Mark Wahlberg, you look at The Rock, you look at those guys. I mean, there's a whole Sylvester Stallone. There's like a whole list of those guys that have done, that I don't actually want to do all of that. What they're doing. I don't need a shoe brand and a shirt brand and a new gym. Mark Wahlberg. He's a car dealership. I mean, oh my gosh, he's like the things that man accomplishes. Mark Wahlberg, you're a superstar. But I do try to find a balance somewhere in the way, and I just have a love of creating positive, uplifting, inspirational entertainment. And as long as I'm alive, then I'm thankful to be able to do that.
That's super cool. We are on that same train. Speaking of fun, positive, uplifting, can we take a look at this movie, Love on the Rock?
Yes.
Behind us, a quick trailer.
Initiate clearance protocol, Medusa 1. Send him our young one, the one I like.
You know who I am. You know what I could do to you.
Is he dead?
Hey, you called in
Switzerland?
This your boat?
Oh, Miss Switzerland.
Malta. No one yells in Malta.
Welcome to
Love that line.
For the love lost and the love Lord.
Today would have been our 15-year anniversary.
How is everything? How's the boat? How's the business? How are you?
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Just remember, Colton, you're one of the chosen ones.
Hey, you need any help?
It's really great.
Cold Rick.
Oh, right.
So how do you like the island?
It's unbelievable. I just wish I had someone to share it with.
Came to Malta to get away from it.
Yeah.
Start what?
Because you're used to the space being.
What happened to the laboratory technician?
The body was
that's
placed in a
tougher,
lab tech named Luigi Santini.
So where's the Panacea now, the GN13?
He did have
Contact with Colton Riggs. So Colton.
Currently has possession of the vial.
If we don't get it first, there's no telling what the other side will do with it.
I'm not a school teacher.
Oh, really?
I created a serum. It's a cure-all. Cancer, diabetes, all of them gone in an instant. I had a dress picked out for tonight.
Can we talk about this a little later?
Can't you bring in a former Chicago cow?
You looking for this?
I think it's faded. I think it's time to get the game back together.
Meeting back at Love on the Rock.
You gotta take your clothes off.
Not enough.
You have something I want.
I'm not supposed to have a crush on my assignment.
Everyone has their purpose. I think this one's on you.
That serum is mine.
You don't win this game.
Sound bubbles.
I'm the guy that wins.
Ooh.
This'll work. Where's the ammo?
It's BYOB, bring your own bullets. Round 2.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Awesome. And this is on PureFlix right now, right?
It's on PureFlix. It's also everywhere else, Apple, iTunes,
Oh, perfect.
In whatever stores.
Perfect, perfect.
What was it like shooting in Malta?
Malta was amazing. During the pandemic, we shot that in November 2020 is when we went there. And so I wanted to go to an island just to get out of LA for obvious reasons.
Me too. I did too. Didn't go to an island though.
Sorry.
You wanted to.
Well, no islands would have us. Like we tried. It was originally in Barbados where the idea was, and then it was in all these different places. And the quarantine was so long, but we ended up. Matt Marston, one of the producers on this show, is married to higher up in the Maltese government's daughter.
Nice.
And
Okay.
had pulled some strings for us to be able to get us cleared. So it took a while though to get cleared because we were stuck in Miami for a while, then we were stuck in London for a while because trying to travel in 2020 with a group of people was just very difficult to get there. So they had just finished though Jurassic World there.
Oh, so fun.
You've seen that, that's out
In Malta?
In Malta, yeah.
Okay.
So we ended up coming in where no one else was shooting at the time, and we just got all these toys, and the whole island opened up for us. It was an unbelievable experience. That yeah. And if you've never been there, it's such a beautiful, beautiful landscape. There's all this biblical history there that's fascinating, and all this other history too. They've massive movies that have been shot there.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Did you guys have a drone? There was like 90 shots, like beautiful shots of like.
Yeah, we had drones. We had everything.
We had everything.
We had a lot of toys. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great shot.
The whole thing. He's like, I love the shot. I love that shot. I love that shot.
I self-produce my own shorts is one a year. So like I can't help it when I see it. I'm like, oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. How'd they get that shot? Yeah. There's a lot of those in that movie though. Is this another one?
I mean, there are so many. You've starred in over 30 films.
I think that's just like a trailer.
Yeah.
Revelation Road.
You've done quite a lot. It's really impressive, and I mean, clearly you followed your intuition to like come out to Los Angeles and follow that dream and that passion, which is really cool. We want to ask you some questions. It's name that movie. Is that the name of our game? Name that movie. See if we can do it.
I think that's the name of it.
Or we're gonna give you a character.
Are you asking me? Sure. That sounds like a good. I like the rules.
I was
of
just
this.
making sure we were all like on the same page. Name that role.
Okay.
You want to go first?
No, you can do it. Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go first.
Okay. I'm gonna name a role that you've done, and then the object is for you to guess which movie it's in. Okay.
No pressure.
This is fun.
It's fine.
Okay. Conrad Champlain.
Oh. I think that's good. Yeah. I think it was. What is it? Conrad I think.
Now, mind you, he's been in over like 40 different things. So if he even gets it, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Conrad Champagne.
I went way back.
I think it's Chaplin. I think it's Conrad Chaplin.
Yes.
Yes, Chaplin. Yes.
But can you give me a hint? Like, can I have the first letter of the
B?
Is it Brother White?
Bells.
Oh, wow. Bells of Innocence.
Yeah.
Wow, you got me there.
I went way back. I went 20 years back.
That was a Chuck Norris movie.
Was it really?
Cool.
His son directed that. Mike Norris directed it. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's get a little.
That was an old one.
That was a very old one. I went a little harder.
Bring you a little closer.
Not this one.
This one? Dancer and the Dame.
Yep. That's the movie.
Oh, I was supposed to say the role.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tell you the role because.
I'm just impressed by all these movies. I can't even. Okay, fine.
With Billy Gardell and Eva LaRue. That was a fun dog.
Oh, cool.
Dog and cop, like a Turner and Hooch kind of a thing?
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
And we did that in Louisiana. It was like it was a fun, very bizarre, not bizarre, it was just a fun
Bizarre's good too.
Comedy movie.
Gotta love bizarre rom-coms.
I gotta wear these amazing white suits.
Oh yeah.
Bad guy. For
Did you have like
bad guys
bright magenta like
That's awesome.
like
Yes,
ties?
like Miami, like
Yes.
like South Beach,
All
type
right.
of old, like Don Johnson suits.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. All right. I get the game now.
Yeah, gotta read this
Stop.
out.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
All right. Oh, this is a good one.
You going?
I have one.
Okay, go.
Yeah? Okay. Way back. But really good movie.
Okay.
Where did you play an army pilot?
Oh, helicopter pilot
Yes.
in a movie called Outbreak.
Yes.
Hey, ding, ding, ding.
Love
ding,
that
ding,
movie.
ding.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Dustin Hoffman, was it?
Dustin Hoffman, Kevin Spacey, Cuba Gooding Jr.,
Yeah.
Awesome.
and Donald Sutherland.
Donald
Awesome.
Sutherland.
What a great cast.
How was it like working with him? Were you on the same scene as him or?
My first day
Yeah.
of the Warner Brothers lot, I was so excited to be in this movie. And because I stumbled into the audition, this is another thing, he's just like, when you don't even get auditions, it was actually for my buddy. And I was there, it was over Christmas break, and I just happened to be there. And then they're like, you want to audition? And I was like, yes, I would.
Yeah.
He had already auditioned. And so I ended up getting, this
Oh my
thing.
gosh.
And so my first day, I was excited to be there. Donald Sutherland, he did like 72 takes in this helicopter, that was whatever, flying, and and he had like one or two lines. Not a lot. But I was watching him do that 72 different ways,
Wow.
with Wolfgang Peterson was the director.
Right.
So
Right.
and afterwards he came down. It was like an hour
Wow.
take of this, not very many lines.
Yeah.
And I said something like, it was really, or he goes, I said, you're amazing. It was really wonderful to watch. And he just looked at me, down because he's so
huge,
tall.
yeah.
And he's like, I know. He walked off. And I was like,
Okay.
Wow.
all right.
All right.
Something to take from that, I guess.
Conversation I ever had with him.
Donald Sutherland, Mr. Sutherland, nice.
Just like his
Kind of
characters.
unexpected. Yeah.
Yeah, whether he's a method guy, I don't know, but yeah, he was definitely not in a mood to have a conversation.
That is hilarious.
Gotta love that story. And I'm gonna love this one if I can get this right. How to play this. Okay, Mark Bowman.
Oh.
I like it.
Yeah.
I actually don't know it.
Okay. The marriage retreats.
Oh yeah, okay.
What was that?
Yeah.
Is it a good one?
Yeah, actually, that was our first one with Jeff Fahey. Fahey's
okay.
in this one, yeah.
Okay.
And Fahey was great, but it was like couples retreat.
Yeah.
But a bunch of couples that go and marriages are falling apart and they need help.
You produced that as well.
I did.
That one.
Yeah.
Did you decide to act in it afterwards, or were you acting and then decided to produce?
I think I was producing first, and then
Okay.
it ended up
Cool. Cool.
being one of the couples.
I got another one.
Do it.
Mark Bowman, that's interesting.
Reverend Dave Hill.
Oh,
that is a tough
that's
one. I keep playing that guy.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got what another one coming up?
We do actually. We're
Yeah,
gonna shoot
number
that.
5.
Yeah. It's the God's Not Dead
Yes.
Yeah.
franchise.
I
Yeah.
just had to make sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure you know.
Yeah.
Just
Could you
making sure
imagine?
you know your stuff.
That one I actually do know because I keep reading scripts about that.
When is that coming out? Do you know?
Well, number 4, so God's Not Dead, We the People came out last year
Yeah.
Right.
around November in theaters just for 3 days. It was
Okay.
it's because of the pandemic. It was a weird thing, but it ended up being on 600 theaters for 3 days. It was sold out and standing ovations. It was amazing.
That's great.
That's
Came out
so
and,
great.
and all the same thing with the Walmarts and Targets and all the other stuff. And
Yeah.
and it was just the same as the 3. Like, I didn't even know people buy DVDs anymore. And same thing. Like, people love the God's Not Dead franchise. And so
It's awesome.
Yeah.
it's an amazing franchise to be part of. And and so we're ramping up number 5 in November and probably back in the wonderful city of Louisiana.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. I mean, you've got so many things happening. You got Love on the Rock. You've also have a sitcom. You have Nothing's Impossible that's going to be released this fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really don't take any weekends off, do you?
Strong fathers, strong daughters.
Yeah.
Now, I have a thing. I really want kids and not even in a relationship, but I feel like I'm going to have daughters at some point. What is that? I know. What is that movie about? Strong Father, Strong Daughter.
It was based on a best-selling book by Dr. Meg Meeker, and she and I love this book because it was about dads, and I have 2 daughters.
Okay.
And so and how to raise your daughters, because I don't know if you know this, but you women are a fascinating breed.
We are.
We do not understand.
No,
at
I
all,
know.
especially as dads, and
Aw.
so it's like. I love the book. Dr. Meg Meeker had a thing with all the NBA or the NFL guys who had kids. She came in and was like, so she's like this queen of psychology for dads in different places. And so I always wanted to make that. I always loved Father of the Bride. And I and loved this idea of taking this book and the moments from it and trying to put it into a movie for people like myself.
That's great.
And so that movie came out. My youngest daughter, is in that movie. And,
that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, started.
Robin Lively, Bart Johnson. So
amazing.
Just a whole bunch of people. Yeah, it's
awesome.
It's out really good though. It's on Netflix as well.
Okay. Okay.
How old are your daughters?
9 and 12.
9 and 12. And that's awesome. That's so cool.
Movie actresses.
Yeah.
They are?
They really are.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to see them in more movies. Okay, so this is your camera right over here. For those that don't know who you are, which I feel like everyone does, plug away. Where can they find you? Where can they see you? And all that great stuff.
Well, I'm at David A.R. White. A lot of people know me as the God's Not Dead guy. But I'm not a pastor, but I play one sometimes in the movies. And then I shoot people too. At David A.R. White and all the social platforms. So yeah.
Nice.
He's got range. No pun intended. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching Good Day Live. Wherever you are, I hope you have a good day.
Slay it.
See you tomorrow.